Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for the NASCAR East Coast Racing League. The NECRL is going to HOTLANTA Motor Speedway for 110 laps here. They're going to finish up qualifying here, and we're going to get into some awesome racing. Now, apologize about the Daytona Road being up there. I had to go through and change some things for SDK. Apparently, the old overlay I was using for NECRL just isn't working right now. So it does happen from time to time where we have to go through and fix a few things, but it is what it is. And I forgot to change the tower. So those things do happen. Excuse me very much. Thank you to everybody out there tuning in, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Much love and appreciation. We do appreciate you every single time. Seeing some comments out there. This week is a week of celebration for us. We're going to have some fun throughout the week, celebrating 500 iRacing broadcasts on Thursday. That's when we're going to be having our official 500th episode, and that's a pretty big feat to think about. The last basically 21 months of what we've been doing. It's almost 2 years. May 1st will be 2 years of doing iRacing broadcasts, and to sit back and to look at that and say that, you know, that's a feat in its own. I didn't realize it was coming up that much. I was looking at how many videos I had, and I was trying to go through and reorganize some stuff on the channels for playlists and stuff like that. And I looked at it and I went, you know, I did the count, and there it is, 500 episodes, and it's been great. It's been great to grow as a community, and to all the folks out there that have been with me or have used me as an iRacing broadcaster. I want to thank you very much, and all the people who have sponsored iRacing leagues, those who have tuned in for my personal gaming streams, those who have tuned in for the tutorials and just kind of everything else that is out there. I just want to thank you. I'm gonna continue to try to grow, continue to try to do more as we progress and work on some things that I have personally wanted to complete, and just big thank you to everybody for who you are and what you do. But you're here for the NECRL, and that is what we're doing. Here's your race information for you. 1.5 miles in length, 110 laps to be completed. 3 plus 1 set of tires. So the 3 sets of tires in the pits. They're going to have a set of tires on the track for qualifying. So it's almost 4 sets of tires total. It's going to be fun. 70% fuel, 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. And right now, the biggest factor for the track is that it's very cool. Normally, we see Atlanta at 100 degrees, 105 degrees. Right now, it's at 89 degrees, and that is going to play a factor on these tires. The humidity is not as high as you would think with overcast skies, but that 10-mile-an-hour wind will shake these trucks up pretty bad. So we'll see just how much they'll have to apply some pressure now. Atlanta and the trucks is a ton of fun. If you've been driving Las Vegas, you know that's been fun as well. NECRL every Tuesday night. So thank you to the folks over there. Thank you to everybody out there watching and tuning in. Make sure that you hit the like button on the videos that on whatever platform you're looking at. If you have time, go over, hit the other platforms, hit the like button on that for me as well. Make sure that you follow and follow or subscribe, whatever platform. I know it's called subscribing on YouTube, so make sure you do that. Hit the notification bell, hit the follow button, hit the notification bell as well on Facebook, and then you can follow us on twitch.tv/Signature Esports. Man, I tell you what, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. I'm enjoying it. Michael Kinsley, thank you very much. And Mike, thanks for the compliment out there. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate Jared McCauley out there as well. Thank you all very much for being who you are. And you know, I got started with this with a ton of folks. I had a ton of folks that got me started with this, and you know, my hat's off to a couple of folks I was just racing with, some people local to me. So, and they put me into the they say, hey, you know, can you broadcast? And I was like, well, you know, I don't know if I want to do that, but I did. And I tell you what, it was it's pretty interesting to see just how far along we've come here. Let's go over your grid. Starting position at pole belongs to none other than 00 Nate Cogdell. Jared McCauley is going to be the outside pole sitter. John Cialino is super fast at the racetrack as well. He's the The top four separated by less than a tenth of a second in qualifying, so that's just insane. Nate Cogdell, the only driver, though, to get below that 31-second mark, 30.987 on the qualify right there. Mark Beverly's going to be the outside of row number 2 next to John Ciolino. Haas Beverly, Jeremy Talley, that'll make up row number 3. Pat Baldwin and Roger Strickland will make up row number 4. Shane Shepard, Scott Black will make up row number 5. Nick Lawrence and Robert Timmons will be there in row number 6. And that will be your field. Small field today, but it's going to be a good race nonetheless. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Much love, brother. Appreciate you. Nate Cogdell, your race race for the lead here will be right there in turn 1 and turn 2. This track we saw just a couple of days ago when they ran Atlanta. They were able to run the high line and defend in the trucks, and that was the Strictly Stock league over there. So I imagine that's going to be something similar that we're going to see today, and kind of thrilled to see the overcast skies are going to be a big factor here, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Thrilled to be able to see this, and they're going to pace around here in just a moment. We'll see exactly what they do. Just kind of the way it is. Kind of the way it is. Driver cams are still up. As far as the new ones that we've put on the vehicles. So bear that in mind. Shane Shepard back here looking at the number 4. Scott Black is dropping in right here. He's going to be back in the mix. Looks like Robert Timmons back here. Mayrose is going to be out there as well. He wasn't on the starting grid because he... I don't think he qualified, but the 75 is going to be out there. So 13 drivers in here. Mark Cadmore's going to be back there as well. There's the number 86. Robert Timmons, I believe, might be on pit road. I'm not quite sure. Nate Cogdell and Jared McCauley, they're going to make up that front row, and we're going to go green flag racing here. There's Sonic. Have you seen the new what is it? The trailer for Sonic 2? I'm pretty excited about that. Want to see Tails in the mix. They're going to pace around. Ooh, I've never seen Nate blink. Did he put a matte spec map on his truck? I'm curious here. Sonic is shiny, but the rest of the truck is kind of matte. All right, they're going to be looking at it. We're going to go green flag racing here. There is Fred the Barney Flagman. They call him Barney on iRacing. I call him Fred. So we're going to mix it. Green flag waves here for 110 laps at good old-fashioned HOTLANTA 165. On the mileage to be working here now. Folks are just going to be patient and kind of just... I wouldn't suspect that they'd be too dicey. Green flag pit stops will play a big factor here with a 13-car field. Jeremy Talley trying to work in there as well. Baldwin goes to the inside, try to make a pass right there. He does in that Ford. Chevys make up the top 5. Haas Beverly, the number 22, has Mark Beverly in his sights as well. We've seen a lot of these drivers play dividends to their long-run speed, so today might be the same thing. Roger Strickland, one of those drivers, really good on the long runs, loves the mile-and-a-half tracks. Looking forward to seeing what he has got going on. Scott Black back here in the number 8 truck, seeing the Monster K8 Ford F-150. Hold that 8th position. Jeremy Talley off a couple of spots, but I think he wanted to just kind of take his time. You almost want to make sure that you get your tires warmed up. Fastest laps of the race. Oh, right there, Pat Baldwin ran a 31.21 so far, and we're not done yet. I think as they get up and get their tires warmed up and get up to speed, we'll start seeing these drivers turn some fast laps, especially when we get into the latter part of the race. Putting some heat in the tires makes a big difference as they come around and complete lap number 3. Across the front stripe they go. Cogdell out front, McCauley in second, and Beverly in third. Got out and raced Las Vegas in an open yesterday. It wasn't very happy my results over there. That is what happens when you get into the race and you try to figure it out and you try to do the right things, and sometimes you just make mistakes. And that's something I want to, I think I want to do that. I want to make little videos that say, hey, here's experiences where I've messed up, or here's experiences where somebody's messed up in front of me, what to do, what not to do, kind of how to help people with the iRacing platform. I'm not the greatest when it comes to my iRating, but I've called enough races here to have a little bit of experience. Probably wouldn't hurt to try to have a little bit of fun. Macaulay behind the 00. His patience is going to be wherever he needs it to be, out of the throttle. 00 right behind Cogdell. Excuse me. Cialino and Baldwin making moves. Here's Baldwin trying to get to the inside of John Cialino. Cialino there in the 33. Now Baldwin's utilizing that low lane. But look at the run to 33. Gets on the backside up there on the high line. We'll see if Baldwin is able to get out of the throttle, get into the corner, hook it around. It's a very bumpy track, and I know the repave is getting ready to happen, but when it's bumpy, it makes for some intense racing, and trying to hold on to that throttle is going to be a big factor. Baldwin drops back a little bit right there, right next to Roger Strickland. Roger goes to the outside. He picks up 6th right now, so that Toyota is on lock, and he's the first Toyota in the field. Nick Lawrence, he was fastest in practice. Looks like he is just trying to hold on for, I would say he looks like he is just kind of settled in. His lap times are consistent, and consistent by the means of Jeremy Talley and these two drivers are running about the same lap times right now. Their fall off on their fastest lap is roughly about 4/10 of a second so far, almost 5/10 of a second. Looks like Scott Black back in the mix. He is trying to work back in as well. Nate Cogdell has the fastest lap on the books, 31.10, but Jared McCauley just kind of battling, not really battling, but kind of keeping himself right on the back end of that 00. So the 44 and the 00 working hard together. The 44 able to get right to the back bumper and kind of disrupt the airflow of the 00. And McCauley just having a field day with that. He gets right to the back bumper, kind of rolls into the corner, gets out of the throttle just a little bit sooner, and is looking to utilize that airflow. Just got to stick with him. Mark Beverly in 3rd, up a spot from the start of the race. Haas Beverly doing the same. Does look like Cialino is going to have that 5th spot. He is off 2. He started 3rd. But, not much in the way of movement. 10-110 as Cogdell leads the field around here. We've said it and we've heard it a couple of times here, just how Nate Cogdell has pretty much dominated the series. But he's not the only one that's got out there and won races. I'll tell you what, let's look at the race standings after Pocono. Cogdell does have a 25-point lead, but Nick Lawrence has whittled away at that. Now Nick Lawrence has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 this is week 16 of the 15 races they've run. He has 9 third or better finishes, and that has kept him in the points. Now Cogdell has several wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in the series. Finished 2nd at Pocono. Brett Summers won Pocono, and that was just kind of a back and forth heat developed race, and it was a ton of fun to watch. So that was kind of where they are. But Cogdell, 25-point lead over the number 18. And I tell you what, Nick Lawrence needs a win in the bad way. We're usually talking to him because he finishes inside the top 3, and I know that he is chasing that victory, and he's been very consistent. Nick Lawrence up onto the track, onto the backstretch, gets a little bit free right there. A lot of drivers kind of kind of wiggled there a little bit. Mark Admore has a little bit of right side damage now. They do have one fast repair, but I imagine that nobody's going to use that yet. Nate Cogdell out front, half second over the 44. The 44 not really pushing any boundaries. He's got a little bit of time to be made up. Right now, Mark probably the fastest on the racetrack. I do believe Jared might have gotten a little bit free there. He's got a little right side damage, and so that slowed him down about half second off of his pace. And this last time by a quarter second off the pace, so he's got some work cut out for him. He's making it work. Good appreciation to everybody. McCauley going to have Beverly to the outside. Beverly looks to try to make that pass. He was in the high lane. McCauley has that right side. I'm telling you, that right side damage is going to play a factor here, but a chance for McCauley to soak up the draft of Mark Beverly, maybe get his tires just a little bit more in place and kind of set to try to catch back up. Jared McCauley, one of the fastest drivers out there as well. Jared McCauley in points, he is 6th in points, but there's a couple of races he didn't have. He has a couple of, so he's got a top 2 finish over in Charlotte. He won Nashville and won Texas. So I'm sorry, Mark Beverly won Nashville and won Texas. So Mark Beverly trying to make up some ground. Roger Strickland falling back just a little bit right there. Jared McCauley finished 2nd at Charlotte, right behind Nate Cogdell. So a lot of ground to make up. But Jared McCauley still in 3rd. Haas Beverly trying to soak up some sun here. 3 seconds off the pace of the race leader. Mark Beverly trying to cruise here, 32.82, about a 10th off the pace of Nate Cogdell last time by. We can take a look at the last 5 lap times. 17 of 110 for him. He was better on lap 13. 15, on lap 15, he's a 10th off, and then a half of a 10th off on lap 16 this time by. It looks to be pretty close, 32.86. At about 0.3 of a second that time by. So Nate Cogdell out front, 32.86, and now it's time for the hydrate break. Appreciate you folks. Go check on that Little Miss. AJ, appreciate you out there. I absolutely do. 21 of 110. Cogdell 1.4 seconds out over Mark Beverly. Jared McCauley about a second off the pace of him. He was a little further back, but looks like he's trying to be nice and easy with it. Trying to save with what he has. I appreciate everybody over at Extreme Sim TV. Saw you guys went live. Thank you very much. Folks, speaking of AJ, we haven't had one yet, but when we do Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, I want to make sure that I say with all of my sincerity, you should see what they have coming up this week here over the the last couple of weeks. We've been advertising Nerds doing Nerd Things podcast, which you can find on all your favorite platforms out there. But they have this thing that they've been doing. They've been focusing on Lord of the Rings here lately. And their most recent episode was about the desolation of Smog. But this week, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple, or Google Podcasts, make sure that you get out there. They're going to be talking about The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, and that'll be this Friday. So you're going to have to check that out when that releases. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to getting out there and listening to that as well. Thank you to everybody out there for being who you are and doing what you do. Haas Beverly moves up to third. Jared McCauley needs some of that right side back in pretty much every shape, form, and fashion right now. Ciolito gets around for fourth. 00 out front, 1.8 seconds, 24. Mike, thank you very much, Mr. Harnish. Much love to you. Much love to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 500. Can you believe it? It's taken me a long time to get 500, that's for sure. But I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all very much. Man, I did when we were at about 200 episodes, I did the math on it. We had over 1 million minutes watched across all three platforms. I'd hate to see what we have now. I haven't done that yet. I wasn't going to because I don't like focusing on numbers. I like focusing on these drivers, and I like focusing on you guys. But I'm pretty proud of 500 episodes. That's like, how many seasons would that be of Friends? Us Beverly in third. John Ciolino right behind the 22. A lot of double numbers up there inside the top five. Scott Black trying to work his way inside the top five. He's trying to catch up to Jared McCauley, who's not far ahead of him. Three drivers tied for the biggest movers of the race. Nick Lawrence up 4, Scott Black up 4, and Mark Cadmore from 13th. He's in 9th right now. He's got a little right side as well, trying to move forward. Nate Cogdell out front. Kind of requested. We did a live session the other day. So tomorrow morning, I am going to do an SDK tutorial about championship points and how you can input championship points into SDK. It'll be something small. We'll do it live. We'll answer questions. So if you're out there and you're using SDK and you are a broadcaster or you are somebody that uses SDK, you need some questions answered. We'll do a live session about that. I'm not sponsored by them, and I'm not. I just really love their software, and it makes it's pretty easy to use. But there's some things about it that become difficult for some folks, and I want to make sure that we do what we can to help folks keep their stuff looking smooth. So we'll do that. Right now, Mark Beverly being tracked down by Haas, but Ciolino right there in the mix with him. Ciolino's going to drop that Chevy into the bottom lane, but the 22 still able to carry the high side. We'll see just how free he's going to be. We're getting real close to being close to the green flag pit stop. 70% fuel. They usually run about 45 laps in the trucks on 100% fuel. So if you take that off, they'll be coming in somewhere around 30 to 35, I do believe. Maybe as much as 36 or 38. So that is kind of the way it is. I do eventually want to build my own overlays and hand build my own overlays, but that'll be later on when we start looking at maybe some of my own software or something like that. I don't know. I would much rather. I like the fact that ATVO is something that the Coke series uses, and there's a lot of things that folks have recommended with that. But for the most part, from what I see with it, it's so CPU intensive for me that I really like SDK. It's pretty simple to. I say simple. There's things that you need to do, but there are things out there that we can do to make it better. 22. Takes over second as Mark Beverly comes to pit road. Jeremy Talley out on pit road. Josh Mayros out on pit road as well. Both of those drivers a lap or two down to 75. Has some right side damage. Mayros having maybe a little of that repaired too. I do believe he's sitting on pit road for a moment. Jeremy Talley is leaving pit road. So Nate Cogdell out front, 31 of 110. He's going to come to pit road. So if you want to check out that live SDK championship point tutorial, make sure that you jump into Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube tomorrow morning. And we'll do that. It'll be sometime around 8 or 9 Eastern. So I want to get that taken care of. Cialino out front. He's going to lead a lap or two here. He's got some time. Macaulay in second. He still needs to come in. I wonder if he comes in, he's going to take that fast repair. I don't think that we will have a caution today. There's Scott Black. He's in third. He's kind of bouncing a little bit. Macaulay comes to pit road. Curious to see if he's going to get that. Oh! Macaulay. Holy cow. Something happened to him there. Did he lock up the tires? Man, we got to see it. We got to go back real quick, folks. So apologies about that. I want to see what happened here. I have a little far chase on that one. Did he hit? Let's see. He comes into pit road, locks. Oh! Well, he goes to pit road. I think he's going to go ahead and utilize that fast repair. Yeah, I figured as much there. Brand new truck for him. Cialino out front, 34 of 110. And now Jared's going to have his work cut out for him to try to work himself back to the mix. Macaulay, it's going to be a lap down. Dustin, thank you very much. Dustin, I appreciate that very much. We'll be celebrating the 500 all week long. Oh, 33 of Cialino hard into the brakes, trying to get slowed down. We talk about how to get to pit road, how to enter pit road, and how to be exactly where you need to be. And this is a tough pit road to get in on. Nate Cogdell looks like he's going to be taking over the lead here as Cialino gets down to his pit stall. He's got a little left side damage. He's going to go ahead and take that fast repair, get himself clean. The 69 looks to be good. I don't think he's going to take that fast repair. Shane Shepard back there as well. There's the number 4 truck, Scott Black, and the number 8. Nate Cogdell takes over the lead. And they're rolling. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate you. We're going to celebrate it all week long, so jump into each race tomorrow night. The Winston's Rollback Series has sent me a new logo. I'm pretty happy about that logo. It's pretty nice. So I look forward to seeing what those folks are doing. Cogdell trying to run some of the faster laps out there. 31.40 his last time by. Mark Beverly about a second off the pace. He came to pit road a little bit earlier, so he's able to close down about a lap, or about a second and a half on that green flag pit stop. So we'll see just how much they're going to be able to make this work. About a third of the way through the race, and right now it's just pretty much smooth sailing. So at least another 2 green flag pit stops before this race ends. Nick Lawrence all the way up to 4th. He came to pit road on 33 and he has the speed to finish out front. So we'll see exactly what he does. I do believe the 69 coming to pit road, he might have to serve a stop and go here. He's going to go lap down. Mayro's 2 laps down right now, but Jared Macaulay, 28.5 seconds off the pace. As the green, he was able to, now he was on pit road for a long time, but he was able to get it turned back around and get himself rolling back forward. He does have a lot of work ahead of him. And he has 28.5 seconds, one of the fastest trucks out there, and now has to pretty much drive around and find the right time to come to pit road to be right up there with Cogdell towards the end in the top 5, because I think the top 5. Anybody inside the top 5 has a chance to win this. Jeremy Talley, not somebody to sweat out as well. 14.9 seconds. There's a whole lot here that are going to be it's going to be pushing it. Now Jeremy Talley came in on 29. He was one of the first drivers to pit, and I think he was trying to make up some ground there. It's going to be amazing. 13 of Beverly rolling, and they're having a good time. Thank you everybody very much out there. Appreciate you for all the support on what we do here. We're going to be all this is to help pay the bills, and then as we pay the bills, we're going to reinvest back into Signature Esports. We've got a lot of bills to take care of over the course of this series, the course of being of investing into this, and you know, things have not been not gone the greatest in this during this last 2 years. You know, when the pandemic started, that was when kind of just we all had to take a break from life and take a break from business, and then when we did, that's when I found that I had some things to figure out, and man, it's been a blast. There's still a lot I'm learning. There's still a lot of things I've got to fix, and a lot of things I've got to. I say fix. A lot of things I've got to that I want to improve on, and then there's a lot of things that I want to make sure that I take care of from past seasons and things like that I want to get caught back up. And as I do, then I'll be able to reinvest back into what we're doing here. I will after some of the majority of the seasons that we'll be taking a break. I am going to be taking a break somewhere in the realm of around August or September for a couple of weeks, because I'm going to be going 7 days a week for a while. But once I do, then I will we'll be back at it again. I just got to make sure that what I'm doing here is good for you as some great race fans, and of course the platform that we've built here with Iracing. NASCAR East Coast Racing League has had a good show so far. Right now, Mark Beverly still trying to track down Nate Cogdell. He's still super fast right now, about a 0.2 of a second better. Haas Beverly faster than the race leader by about a tenth. Nick Lawrence right on par with Nate Cogdell, slowly catching him as they continue to move around. Mike, it is the Cogdell Show tonight. I'm not trying to be on one truck, but boy, he is just fast. Nick Lawrence in a fourth, Ciolino in fifth. But he did come to pit road a couple of laps before a few drivers here, so we'll see how that plays a little bit later on. Some of these drivers like Nick Lawrence are starting to find their groove. When it's all about race pace and green flag pit stops, that's when you start to figure out where folks are going to be. Do I think that Nick Lawrence is going to be all the way back here for 11.5 seconds or 11.8 seconds? I don't. I think he's going to start catching things. Mike, do I have any sponsor packages available? It depends on what you if you sponsor the broadcast booth or what I do over here. Which of course pays the bills and helps invest in everything. You get to be on all the platforms. So like the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, they are my caution sponsor for the broadcast booth for all of the series and all the races. You guys can reach out to me on Discord if you have me on Discord, and we can talk about that. I don't try to make that stuff too, what's the word, too expensive, because, you know, I mean, I'm a good platform. I reach about 1,000 people a day on across all three platforms, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you know that we just do what we do. You know, I mean, I try my best to be the best out there, but I'm not the best as far as the platform goes. There's a lot of people that do it a lot better than I do, but realistically, what I like to see is I do things that are a little bit different. You know what I mean? A little bit different. Mike, I appreciate you. Mike, Mr. Harness, appreciate you very much. Well, he's really good, and you know what's surprising? I know, and this is, take this for what it's worth. I know that Cogdell probably only races leagues, but yeah, I mean, he's got a great safety rating. He probably gets wrapped up in officials like I do. He's been out front in the NECRL quite a bit. You know, 6 wins, 7 wins. Trying to get 7 wins out of this series, and for what we see out of him, he only has a 1659 I rating. Can you believe that? I appreciate you, Mike. I really do. I am always looking for commercials to play. Does that make sense? Because we get into the point where we have a good run like this, and this is a perfect time to be advertising somebody. That's why I reach out and say, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. They're my caution sponsor, but we haven't had a caution. So, because we haven't had a caution, that's kind of where we are. But right now, Nate Cogdell, he's pushing it. Nick Lawrence is starting to catch a few people. There's Pat Baldwin behind him, the 18 in that Toyota, trying to make some things work here. I think this is going to be the developing story. Where does Nick Lawrence and John Ciolino finish here? Because they came in 33 and 34. Scott Black came in 34 as well. Shane Shepard came in on 34. Roger Strickland in a little bit early. Ooh, had to lock him up. Hopefully he wasn't speeding. He's got a little right rear damage there. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Nate Cogdell 4 seconds over Mark Beverly. The consistency is absolutely killer. Haas in third. And the 18 of Lawrence trying to drop it into the inside. Trying to hook that line. 69 right there with the 18. And the patience of Baldwin, Pat Baldwin right there. He's really trying to help the 18 get around. Pat Baldwin 3 laps down right now, trying to gain some of that time back. He came to pit road and got some of that. I think he had a speeding penalty. He had to come in and serve a speeding penalty. So he's a couple of laps down, and it's just kind of curious to see exactly what they're going to be doing. Oh, 18 out of the gas, 69 right there with him. Now Pat's fast right now, and he had to come back in on 35. And when he came back in on 35, he just served that penalty. Now he's coming. He's trying to work his way back here. So there's a chance. 18. Haas Beverly trying to defend that P3 position. Nick Lawrence is right there with him. The 69 trying to go around. Pat Baldwin in the mix. Here's a gyro cam from that driver. Pat has a good run right there. I call the bottom line the grip hack special, because if you can hook that bottom line and use the shortest way around this track for the longest, longer than everybody else, then man, you've got a wheel setup that is working. You've got your vehicle lined in, and it's just crazy to see. So absolutely phenomenal chance for the drivers here. Nate Cogdell out front. Mark Beverly, Haas Beverly. Mark is 5 seconds off the pace, and his fall off is about 2 seconds through 31 laps. Mark Beverly came in a lap prior to him, so I think Mark might need to just come in when Nate comes in, try to get himself to pit road a little faster, get himself right there to the back bumper of Nate. We'll see exactly what happens with this as they unfold. He's got a little right rear damage, I do believe. I think he might have gotten into the wall. Check the rear mirror. There's the front. How about this one right there? No, how about this one right here? It's got its dog on the back. You can't see that. There it is. Look at that pup. It's pretty. That looks like a ball or a Nerf football. That little black spot right there. Here's a good view for. Yeah, he does have some right rear damage. You can see it. You saw it really well there on the back deck lid. Watch right here, top of your screen. Super killer. Beverly holding on. Let's throw it up here to the Truck Series ticker. You see this thing scroll. Appreciate you very much. I am going to take a vocal break. We're gonna have a lot of fun and finish the rest of this race. They're getting close to green flag pit stops once again. I want to be here for that. I am doing 9 things at once, and as I do that, I've got a phone call I have to answer. So, 2 shakes. I promise it. Some of this stuff, whenever I take little breaks like this, it's one, it's to hydrate, but 2, every once in a while somebody calls and I need to hear what's been said when they leave a voicemail. So I'll be right back. We'll see in 2 shakes, and we'll put it on exciting as these drivers try to roll through the corners and battle each other. Be right back with you in just a moment. Appreciate you very much. 63 of 110. Drivers starting to come to pit road. Nate Cogdell just went to pit road just a moment ago. As they start to roll around, switch back over to this view. I like this one a little bit better. Cogdell in 7th now. He had a good pit stop, came in, got himself lined out. Mark Beverly came in on 56. So he's got about 4 seconds to be made up as they start to roll. Now Mark had, that was a little different. Mark came in to pit road and said, hey, I got this for a minute. Nick Lawrence out front now. As Scott Black holds on to second pretty decently. Appreciate all the reactions out there. Charles Paglakawan, appreciate you very much for the reaction. NASCAR East Coast Racing League is 65 laps through the 110, so just over halfway, and they're rolling. Scott Black starting to close down some of that distance a little bit to Nick Lawrence. Those are out there watching on YouTube. I do have it at 1440 right now. I need to switch it back. I had it at 1440 for a personal gaming stream that I did just the other day. So if it looks a little small, I'm sorry about that. We will switch it back to 1080. So that way you guys have a better optimal experience out there on YouTube. It says it's not optimal. Got me a warning out there. Okay. Lawrence to pit road. Scott Black to pit road. Shane Shepard right there. 13.8 seconds back. He came out on 34. He might be looking to try to come to pit road too. We'll see if he does or if he's going to lead a lap here. Possibilities are endless as he's completing his 33rd lap of his pit cycle. So Shane Shepard's going to lead a lap. Mark Beverly out front, about 0.4 of a second over Nate Cogdell now. I'm sorry, 0.4 of a net. He's got 3 seconds over Nate Cogdell right now as they start to dwindle down these last laps. Beverly 1.7 seconds to Shane Shepard. Clean air working into the advantage of Mark Beverly at the moment, or will be. But his last lap time, 31.89. Nate Cogdell, 31.56. Haas Beverly came out on 62. His lap time right there with Nate Cogdell. So Haas having a good day as well. Shane Shepard in the lead. Got about a half second between he and Beverly. He's going to come around. I believe he's going to come to pit road this time by, or might come to pit road this time by. We'll see. He's a little low, and right now, Roger Strickland has the 13 behind him. Mark Beverly takes over that lead. Shane Shepard to pit road. He's going to take his green flag pit stop. He gets down to speed, 50 miles an hour, or 50 miles an hour on pit road. 55 miles an hour. Let me take that back. 69 of 110, and no doubt here pretty soon Mark Beverly will start thinking about his last green flag pit cycle. He's got about 1.4 seconds to Nate Cogdell, who's not far off. Last lap for Mark Beverly, he had to slow way up, 32.48 for the driver. Haas Beverly trying to send it into the corner and try to keep up. Right now, his speed is pretty consistent. Roger Strickland in on pit road. This time by, looks like he is leaving pit road. He's got some right side damage. Shane Shepard, I believe he might have, Roger might have hit something. I don't know. We'll take a look here. Oh, he did. I wonder if he was trying to get out of the corner. Oh man, he got up into the wall. So far chase view. This is when the 13 was passing him. He's already got some right side damage. Oh, he drifts up into the wall, taps the wall. Oh man. Oh, Cogdell had to check way up there. And the one had to come in and out of pit road there. There's the 4 of Shane Shepard. He's coming around having a good time. Mark Beverly out front. 2 seconds now, the distance between the 00 and Beverly. He was able to stay out of the back. He's got a clean nose, so there's not much there that in the wake of anything that it looks like it might be affecting that truck. We'll see. Last lap for Mark Beverly, 32.61, 32.13 for Nate Cogdell, about a half second faster than the 13. He did get wore up enough to stay out of the back bumper. Roger just had an issue, but he's back out there. He's making it work. He's going to make it stick. He came to pit road, but he wasn't on pit road long. He just drove through pit road so that way he could keep rolling. So good on Roger to keep that leveled out. Baldwin in pit road right now. He's taking his green flag pit stop. So is Mayro. So the 69 trying to continue to keep those laps rolling. He's still 3 laps down, taking his green flag pit stop. He'll be able to be competitive here very soon. Mark Beverly, 32.87 on his last lap. It kind of makes me wonder if that 5-lap difference is going to be a huge difference. 74 of 110 as they come around here. Cogdell will have to come to pit road for a cycle, so will Mark Beverly, and right now Beverly in the hunt has Baldwin right there with him. Baldwin comes off pit road, 00, drops in over the 00, or over the 69, and Cogdell goes for the lead here. His last lap, 32.18, this time by. We'll see exactly where he's running. 75 of 110, puts us 35 laps to go. And I suspect we'll see some of the drivers start to come in a little more soon than we. They might split that second stint in half. 56 for Mark Beverly. Good time for him to come to pit road, somewhere in the realm. Right now he's about to be 20 laps on his tires here. So I would suspect that somewhere around another 10 laps from now, we'll start seeing Mark Beverly think about coming to pit road, maybe 10 to 15 laps. We've seen drivers go 34 laps. That's the most that we've seen drivers go. That will be part of what we see here. It's going to be good. I like gas mileage races. I really do. I do like a caution here and there. .76 of 110. Cogdell out front. Mark Beverly in second. Haas Beverly in third. Haas about 18 seconds off the pace. Nick Lawrence came in on 66. He is tracking down Haas. Haas came in on 62. Scott Black came in on 66. Some of these drivers are there for the long haul. Beverly 1.4 seconds off. Solid second for Mark right now. Baldwin right behind him, 4 laps down. Nate Cogdell 32.55. That clean air kind of slowed him down a little bit. His lap before he took the lead, 32.18. Now he's about 0.4 of a second off. Mark Beverly about half-second difference. 33 was his last lap, 33 seconds. And I kind of, like I said, kind of wonder if he's just saving a little bit of fuel here. We'll see as they try to continue to roll this track. 33.09 was his last lap as Nate Cogdell rolls. Shane Shepard would be your lucky dog if a caution were to come out. There is that Ford, the Hoonigan Ford. Good to see Shane running. Good to see Roger running. Good to see all these folks. Scott Black out there running as well. It's good, always good to see Scott out there running. Nick Lawrence in fourth. He's got the back bumper of that 22. Nick Lawrence definitely needs some good favor here. He is faster than the race leader. And now he's going to try to prove that his long run strategy is going to work for him. He's going for third here. He drops into the corner here. He's going to be able to make that clear pretty easily. The 4-lap fresher tires are not much different than what happened to Nate Cogdell with the 5-lap fresher tires he has over Mark Beverly. 80 of 110. And now we're 30 laps to go. NASCAR East Coast Racing League, always a ton of fun to watch and to drive and to have on board every Tuesday. Jeremy Talley in the number 6 spot is under fire from John Ciolino. He's got some right side on him. You see the Asphalt Outlaws Racing. That's our Friday night series. A little bit of nose damage for the 33 as well. Jeremy Talley, part of the greatest show on dirt. I like that paint scheme. I'm a huge baseball fan, so it's always curious to see
Jared McCauley, he's rebounding. He's had to do some work to do it, but McCauley, 25.5 seconds. When he had his issue, was over 28.5 seconds back from Nate Cogdell. But he was right up there running with Cogdell in the very beginning. He took some right side damage when he was in second. So Jared McCauley up to 7th now, trying to get himself back to where he started, which was second. He's going to be there to the inside of Jeremy Talley. McCauley's lap, a lot faster than a lot of the drivers out there. The only two drivers that he's not faster than is Nick Lawrence and Scott Black by about 0.08 of a second. McCauley closing some distance down. And he does have Scott Black in his sights. So we'll see what happens over the next few laps. 6 seconds is what he needs to make up for that position. Nate Cogdell, Mark Beverly. Mark Beverly is right where he was whenever he came to pit road last time. He was about 3.5 seconds off the pace. And right now, Beverly, when he comes to pit road, will try to put the last portion of that to fruition. 75 of Meros goes to the bottom. He's going to try to get around the 13 here. He's got a little bit of fresher tires there, a little bit. He came to pit road on 69, so he's got about 13 lap fresher tires than Mark Beverly. 83 of 110, getting close to that 25 lap mark. When do folks come to pit road? It's going to be what it is. Kyle out there says, come on, Jared, keep the work. He is trying. He is trying, most definitely trying. Kitty Lavelle, thank you for the like out there. Much love to you 3 minutes ago. Appreciate you on Facebook. Three and 3/4 seconds. Beverly to pit road. 85 of 110. Being completed, the 00. Really working on some things here. And he has got some things unlocked. Nick Lawrence picks up second now. As Nick Lawrence was on fire. 16.8 seconds. The distance and the difference between he and Nate Cogdell as drivers complete the green flag pit stops. Nate Cogdell, one of those drivers right now coming to pit road. He's going to put himself a lap different, a lap on the difference here. Nick Lawrence, 16 seconds is going to be changed into this right here. Cogdell comes to pit road. Nick Lawrence takes over the lead. Scott Black in second, Haas Beverly in third, and now the top three, the closest they've been for a while. Jared McCauley in fourth, 7.62 seconds. Cialino in fifth, Jeremy Talley in sixth, Nate Cogdell in seventh is going to come off pit road. Mark Beverly back on the racetrack, getting up to speed, and he is going to be trying to get up to speed before he reaches Nate Cogdell. That is going to be the driver he is looking at in front of him. He's already onto the front stretch here. I'm sorry, onto the back stretch. And he's about 2.5 seconds away from Nate Cogdell. Nick Lawrence, not a driver to sneeze at here. He's already having a good day. 24.5 seconds. The difference between he and Cogdell. Shepard, one of those drivers that picked up lap 68. Nick Lawrence, the race leader, 24 laps to go here in the NECRL. Scott Black in second, Haas Beverly in third, Jared McCauley picks up third at the moment. A lot still left to go here. 23 laps is a long time around this racetrack. And none of the drivers that are in the top four or in the top five now will be able to make it on fuel. So they're going to have to start really thinking about where they're going to be. Nick Lawrence holding on. Mark Beverly just runs the fastest lap of the race, 31:03. I think he is in full send mode. He is 1.4 seconds back from Nate Cogdell, 1.5 back. And Cogdell just ran a half second slower. Maybe some lap traffic having something to do with that. We'll see as the race progresses. Haas Beverly is going to be a lap down at the moment. He came in, took his green flag pit stops. And Mark Beverly and Nate Cogdell doing the 1-2 battle again. 21 laps to go. Nick Lawrence driving the Skittles machine. Got her rolling for it. We haven't really had any wrecks today, so we're just going to give the helicopter award to the field and to everybody out there. Best award in all of iRacing, I think. As you see, scroll across your screen. Much love to you. A lot of fun here. 18 out front. Scott Black 2 seconds back. Jared McCauley to pit road to take his last pit stop. Jeremy Talley to pit road to take his final pit stop as well. Nick Lawrence. And this is the thing about green flag runs. If you make a mistake, what happens is exactly that. You find yourself in a situation where you have to kind of push your limits and push your boundaries, and that is exactly what has happened. Cogdell trying to utilize every bit of this racetrack, and right now, Mark Beverly in the hunt. Over the last couple of laps, he's been able to close that distance to Nate Cogdell. Nick Lawrence to pit road for the final time, so is Scott Black. And right now, Cogdell looking to take over the lead. Mark Beverly and Haas Beverly. Solid second and third. Cogdell out front. Scott Black on pit road. Nick Lawrence on pit road. 19 laps to go. Mark Beverly still trying to be in the hunt. 3/4 of a second back. I think these trucks try to get affected that way. And right now, Jared McCauley, a lap down to the race leaders, is trying to battle back, get back on the lead lap. He's in 6th right now. And he has got Haas Beverly in his sights. Nick Lawrence back out in 3rd. Haas had to do something. I don't know. Haas kind of slowed up there. Never mind, he's there. Nick Lawrence trying to have a top 3 night. Needs a top 3 night. Needs those points. He needs all the points he can get to try to dwindle into that lead of Nate Cogdell. Take a look at the schedule here for the series. As we will no doubt see where we're going to be at next week. So this week we're at Atlanta. Next week we're going to be at Michigan, 3/8 of 22. And happy first day of March to everybody out there. Michigan next week. We like Michigan. Michigan's always been a good track to the iRacing fam. Haas Beverly came in on 87 4-lap pressure tires for Nick Lawrence. He's 1.5 seconds back from Haas. And a second separates your top 2. McCauley goes around. He gets his lap back. He is trying to finish inside the top 5 as well. He's got about 3 seconds over the next 16 laps to be able to try to catch up to Scott Black. A big bounce back for the 44. And it's all about driving. That's exactly what he did. He drove this thing around this racetrack and has been able to make it work. Mike's going to be back next week for Michigan. Killer, brother. Killer, killer, killer. I like it. Mr. Harness, it's going to be good to see you back out there, brother. 1.3 seconds. 16 laps to go. That's the distance between Cogdell and Mark Beverly. And Mark needs a little bit of help. Cogdell, super fast. He is Sonic fast. No pun intended. Okay, pun intended. The pun was intended there. As you see the 00 have the rings. Make it work. Make it stick. That's what you do. 13 to the bottom of the 69 of Baldwin there. Ford on lock. Top 3, all Chevys. Toyota of Nick Lawrence trying to change that. He is catching up to Haas here. Haas has had almost a perfect drive. Nick has had just about the same, if not just a little bit better. And I think it was all about pit road strategy. Came in on 91. That was his last time to pit road. Now Cogdell and Mark Beverly have both had their own. Both have had a great pit strategy for both of them. Mark Beverly, his last lap, though, about 0.6 of a second off of Nate Cogdell. I wonder if tires are starting to become a factor here. 14 laps to go, make it 13 this time by. Nick Lawrence in the hunt for Haas here. Haas trying to hold on. Nick trying to get that 3rd spot away. Third gives him another point to the good. He has led a lap, so there's some bonus points involved there. 9 lead changes for the race here. And that includes the ones on the green flag pit stop. 22 of Haas Beverly. Still trying to battle the second lane here. Nick Lawrence trying to clear Haas. Haas might be cleared this time, so Nick will slide up the racetrack. He's going to take over that, but don't count out anybody yet. Still 12 laps to go. There is Scott Black inside the top 5. Jared McCauley still closing down some distance here. He's gained over the last couple of laps about a tenth a lap on Scott Black. So with 12 laps to go, that might be feasible enough to catch. We'll see how tire wear affects both of the drivers. Nate in the lead, 2.5 seconds. And his fall off now to 32.36 on the last lap, 32.60 for Mark Beverly. Nick Lawrence, 31.74. And would need a caution to pick up or be able to be competitive with any of the other drivers right there. Jared McCauley in the 44 is screaming fast. He is going to be the fastest driver, one of the fastest drivers on the racetrack right now. Scott Black, the fastest driver on the racetrack. 31.67 was the last lap. He's a second faster than the race leader, Nate Cogdill. Holding on for dear life. Ten more laps, and the 8 would catch everybody by his pace. Nate Cogdill drops back 32.64. Got the 2 of Jeremy Talley right there with him. Talley came in on 90. Talley is faster, but Cogdill trying to work the line. 2 goes to the outside. 00 is going to give up that lane. That's a smart little move right there. 2.7 seconds now, the gap. Last time by, 2/10 separate 1 and 2 on the lap times. Nate Cogdill out front. And a good run. That's right along with Haas Beverly. I'm sorry, yeah, Haas Beverly. I had the right name selected. Here's cockpit view for the next lap. Really hear those tires, folks. Really hear those tires. That wheel is flicking to the left a little bit each time. The drift up the racetrack for Haas. He's out of the throttle. He can't get back into the throttle until he's already around the turn. That's kind of what he is looking at there. Now, Scott Black is right there to the high side. He might pass Haas here. He is very close. This is a battle for 4th here. Late in the race, 7 laps to go. Scott Black trying to hold on to what he's got. So the 22 is going to drop into the corner. Scott Black's right there trying to stay out of the side. Holy cow. Good drive by both of those drivers. The 22 able to battle back just a little bit here. But I think the 8's going to be able to lock into the corner here. He's going to drive up the racetrack. 22 is going to have the run to the bottom. Haas Beverly not done yet. He is in 5th. Top 5 night for him. Nate Cogdill, 3 seconds, 6 laps to go. And he, like I said, sonic fast is exactly what we see here. Mark Cadmore having a good night. The 86 up 5 spots. Nick Lawrence, the biggest mover of the race, and he's got 15.7 seconds between he and Mark Beverly. Last time by, this is what the drivers were running. 5 laps to go. Nate Cogdill, 33 seconds flat. Mark Beverly, 33.02. Nick Lawrence, 32.56. Scott Black, just a little bit faster, 32.53. Jared McCauley, 32.40. 32.59 this time by. He's screaming fast too. Mayrose, 32.19. He would be the fastest driver on the racetrack. Mayrose up 3 spots from the start of the race. Still a few laps down, but you can't count anybody out. Cogdill 3.08 seconds. 4 laps to go. Beverly, if he's going to do anything, he's got to find some speed right about now. Nick Lawrence, 3 laps to go. Nick Lawrence is, he's taken that gap from 28 seconds to 18 seconds over this green flag pit stop. And that goes to show just how pit road strategy can work for you. He is faster, but I think they just needed a few more laps. And I say a few more laps. He needed about a 10 or 15 more lap run here to make that work. That had changed up the pit strategy, would have changed up a few other things, but it is how it is. 3 seconds and maintaining. Nate Cogdell, 2 laps to go here, barring a catastrophe. Mark Beverly will finish second. Nick Lawrence, I believe, will finish third. He's got about 2 seconds between he and Scott Black, or 4 seconds between he and Scott Black, and roughly about 6 seconds between he and Haas Beverly. Jared McCauley trying to go around one more position here as he gets inside the 22 there. The battle for 5th rages on. White flag waves. Nate Cogdell, 2.9 seconds and saving. Haas Beverly trying to hold on. Jared McCauley right there behind him. And the last turns come around for those 2 drivers. A chance for McCauley to be able to try to make that work, make it stick. Now, McCauley does have 3-lap pressure tires. That might be something he is looking at. But Nate Cogdell comes around. Solid race, solid performance. The 00, Sonic Fast. He wins it here in the NASCAR East Coast Racing League, 7th win of the season. Mark Beverly in second. Nick Lawrence will finish third. And Haas Beverly and McCauley trying to battle it out for 4th and 5th. 44 to the high side. Who wins this one? Lead McCauley does by 4/100ths of a second for 5th. So a top 5 night for Jared McCauley. Scott Black will finish 4th. And a good little race for all of them. Nate Cogdell, your race winner in the NECRL. Burnout time, social time for the 00 as he makes work of Atlanta here. The burnouts are on. He said the track was cold, but I'm going to make it hot now. Race results for the race. Cogdell gets his 7th win of the season. Mark Beverly in second. Nick Lawrence in third. Good night for Nick Lawrence. Scott Black will finish 4th. McCauley will finish in 5th. Haas Beverly, Jeremy Talley, Ciolino will finish in 8th. Shane Shepard 9th. Matt Cadmore 10th. Mayrose Baldwin, Patrick Baldwin, and Roger Strickland all the way to 13th. Thank you to Roger out there for running the numbers for us. I appreciate you very much for what you do. And the NECRL looks just like that. P5 one-handed. Is he bouncing a kid off of his lap? I'm curious. I've always been curious to see if that's kind of what it is. Let's talk to Nate. Nate, congratulations on your 7th win of the season here in the NECRL. That 00 was Sonic Fast, man. You chose the right line. Pit strategy came into play, but Mark Beverly there at the end, he was really keeping up with you as far as lap times are concerned. But another dominating performance here at Atlanta. Kind of walk us through this race.
Man, honestly, I think it started out at the very beginning. Me not allowing the 44 to get by because that dude is super fast here. I mean, he's got a perfect line. I know back in the earlier this year, he walked the dog on us pretty much for the, first half of the race. And I figured he could probably do it again. And if you look back at lap times, he was probably the fastest one here tonight.
Fastest lap was Mark, but he was consistently faster. He did get into the wall, got some right side damage, had to come to pit road. And when he came to pit road, there was a mishap. I don't know if he dropped it down a gear or whatever, but it looped around on him. So You know, when it comes to green flag runs like this one was, um, mistakes. If you make a mistake, they can be costly as far as time goes. And Kyle was super fast. Absolutely, I completely agree. I mean, he rebounded from a lap down to finishing in fifth here. He was battling Haas there at the very end and was starting to close some distance down. So hats off to what he did, but hats off to you as well. I mean, I'm sure your boy's sitting next to you and cheering you on because you've got another win, and it just seems like everybody calls it the Nate Cogdell show. It's not that I disagree. It's always seeing what folks are going to do to try to take your pit strategy away. I think you probably have one of the best pit strategies I've seen especially in the truck series of anybody that I've seen. Is it just kind of gut feeling, or is it kind of just something that you keep in mind whenever you race?
And honestly, tonight it was just kind of do it by feel. I think it was the second green flag stop we had. Mark short pitted maybe a couple of laps, 2 or 3 laps, and when I pitted and came out, he had a 3 or 4 second lead on me. So I knew it was going to be a very big deal to short pit at the end of the race. So as soon as I seen him disappear from my relative, I had to pit the next lap. So that's the only reason that I kept the lead there at the end, I believe, because he had figured out his line and he was coming.
Yeah, in that last green flag pit stops when he ran his fastest lap, 31:02 was his fastest lap there, and that was insane to see as well. So, well, man, congratulations! I appreciate you as always, and it's always your time to shine. Give your shout outs, my friend.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that little man? Let him give your
yeah,
shout.
it's him.
Let him give your shout outs. There you go.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
And he's got to say hey on here. Man, I got to thank everybody for, uh, well, everything going on in this league. Nick for hosting it, all the guys that I race with, um, Mark, Hoss, John, Brett. He's not here this week, but a lot of them, we kind of help each other out throughout the week. And whenever it comes race day, we share as much as we can until it's at the very end of the race. But got to thank them. Uh, thank my mom and dad. I know that they're watching tonight. Nathan Somerville, I know he's watching tonight, putting on a good show for everybody. Well, we're trying to anyway. Thank my wife. She lets me do this, and of course, my boy. He always comes down here with me. Biggest shout out goes to him.
Always a ton of fun to see, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you, regardless if you're in the top five or if you're in the winner's circle. We've been talking to you a lot, but we definitely see that Atlanta's going to be fun. Michigan's going to be a different kind of track strategy, though, almost super speedway feeling in the truck. So I look forward to seeing what you guys do next week, and good luck. Have a great rest of your week.
Appreciate it, man.
Always and forever, my man. I appreciate everybody out there as well. That is Nate Cogdell. He is your race winner here today at HOTLANTA. It was a ton of fun. Let's talk to Nick Lawrence, who was cruising and moving up places. He finishes in third here, and you did some rebounding there to be able to do that. Pit strategy kind of came into play. You pitted a little later there, but you were ahead of places.
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad of a race. Would have been nice to have been up there with Mark and Nathan at the end there, but yeah, can't complain too bad for a third place finish.
Third place finish. You've got we talk about points. You're second in points coming into this race, and I think leaving this race, I think you're still going to be. I think that's where you're still going to be. But points for this series, leading laps, finding the right time here to be able to be up front. And get yourself through that. You've shown that you've got the work put in to be able to drive up there, and something happens to say you tap the wall or something like that. It really slows you down. You've got all that pace that you're losing. You've shown that you've been able to run up there and really make things work for your truck and what you do out there. Strategy, does that come into play when it comes to what the leaders are doing, or you just try to get out there and drive your own track?
Kind of just drive my own track there because, I mean, Nathan, it seems like every time we go to pit road, he's just off of it so fast that's unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, just kind of run your own race, and hopefully it can be there at the end. But if not, finish halfway decent consistently.
Well, if you've been consistently, I think I counted it. You have 7 or 8. Well, now this is your eighth or ninth P3 or better. You have better. I know you're tracking down that win. That's what you're trying to do so you can gain those extra points. If you have Nate behind you, then that's the strategy here. But you've consistent. If Nate has a bad night and finishes somewhere 15th, 16th, that's there's some points to be made up there. If you consistently finish inside the top 3, like you have been, a lot of bridesmaids here as well. So you've got. It seems like you do have every track figured out. It's always a pleasure to watch you race and what you do to kind of push the boundaries to get yourself there.
Yeah, usually I have it figured out, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens next week in Michigan, and then into Daytona there. So hopefully I can beat Nathan.
Well, Daytona was kind of a shootout. we all know.
Yeah.
We all know this one, but Michigan kind of resembles the same thing. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen, and it's I say Michigan is kind of the same thing. Michigan drives like a super speedway, but you have to lift a little.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta lift a little bit towards the end of the runs, like when the longer run's going. But yeah, beginning you can kind of give her.
I tell you what, Nick, it's always a pleasure to talk to you guys, and congratulations. P3 finished a big drive off for you. We'll see what you do next week, and give you shout outs to your time.
Okay. Well, you for doing this broadcast. It helps me out every week, and Scott, Shane, Pat, everybody that helps us put us on, the guys that drive here. I mean, they do great week in and week out, and yeah, can't say enough. That's all I got, I guess.
it's all good. Your next season, what's it looking like? I know we're getting close to the end of this one, and it's going to get pretty much into May, where Atlanta's going to be run. You're going to run a Championship 5 race there. Kind of give folks a heads up on what you're going to be doing for your next season, so that way they can if they want to get in a race, they know where they can be at and where they can stand.
All right. Well, next season it'll start in September sometime. Not a set date yet, but it's probably middle to late September we'll be starting. And there'll be an iRacing cap of 2,500. So other than that, it'll be kind of pretty much close to the same schedule. We'll probably change a few things up, but pretty close to the same.
And you know what? It's been a ton of fun so far. I know I came in pretty much halfway into the season, but it's been great to see just how the drivers kind of work with each other, and for the most part, I mean, we're talking some of the cleanest racing that we're seeing out there in the iRacing world, as far as some of the leagues and stuff like that I've been watching. So congratulations on the league, and congratulations on a P3 finish here. Look forward to seeing what you guys do over the course of the next couple of weeks.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Nick Lawrence right there has a prayers for Roger says prayers for Scott's dad. What's going on with Scott's dad? Did I miss something? Hold on. Roger, what's going on, buddy? Tell me. Or Scott. Yeah, prayers for Scott. Whatever's going on there, I must have missed something in chat. Yes, if something's going on with Scott's dad, then much, prayers out there for him, prayers for the family, prayers for everybody. I mean, that's insane. So I didn't know. Kind of guy I need to pay attention, apparently. Roger, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you for putting that there. I just wanted to make sure that we all know what's going on with that. So if I need to make sure that we do any other kind of shout outs for that, please let me know. I would love to know. Much love. Thank you to everybody out there for tuning in, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We like to make sure that you all know that we love you. And I want to thank everybody out there for continuing to watch these broadcasts and continue to support these leagues. These leagues are the most important thing when it comes to this. I may be a voice behind the scenes. It may be a name as Signature Esports. These drivers and these leagues are what make iRacing fun for me, and what make it fun for them as well. So keep that in mind. Get out there, love one another, teach just be kind. We've seen a lot of hate in the world, and we're seeing a lot of things go wrong, and a lot of things that are happening. So, be good to one another, and you never know what's going to happen in life, and you never know how mental health is going to affect folks. Not just that, but you never know how the world's going to affect folks when it comes to things that are coming and going. I've seen a lot over the last year of advantages and disadvantages of things that have happened to personally me in my life. So please make sure that you take care of each other. It's just kind of like that's my, if I could give anything as advice, love your family, hold your family close, and take care of each other. Take care of your leagues, take care of the drivers out there, and support one another. And we always appreciate everybody. I always say good afternoon, good evening, good morning in the beginning of the broadcast, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm here for you, and I'm here to try to keep ourselves in a progressively forward-moving moment. And the NECRL is a great Tuesday night broadcast. Tomorrow night, Winston Throwback Series is it's going to be on. They've got the ARCA series. They've got like I said, brand new logo for me, so I'm going to throw that up there for them. Thursday night, Wheels America Cup Series, and just a great time. It's going to be fun, folks. I love you. I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.